Today we are doing a French girl inspired makeup look. This is a no foundation look to celebrate your natural features and hopefully celebrate your favorite statement lipstick color. And in honor of that, I'm going to be trying 3 new products from Axiology. They were kind enough to send me along these shades to test out and try. I have already been a fan of Axiology for years. I've been loving their products since the beginning. If you haven't heard of Axiology before, let me break it down for you. They're one of the best, in my opinion, green beauty makeup companies out there. And they make exclusively lip products, at least at the time of me publishing this video. Now there's a lot of stuff to love about Axiology. They're dye-free, fragrance-free, and their ingredients are very minimal. I'm just reading off the card that they sent in this last package. They're vegan, palm oil free, which is a big deal if you know about deforestation. You know that palm oil isn't exactly the best ingredient to be pulling from the forest because it directly impacts the wildlife in those regions. So that's why they choose to omit palm oil from their ingredient list. They're cruelty-free, of course, sweatshop-free, and the boxes are made from recycled trash. So this is their new paper packaging. You can see on the back, cruelty-free, recycled, all that good stuff. But on top of it, a lot of their proceeds go to animals in need. So they directly partner with an orangutan based foundation. So anytime you buy one of the Axiology products, your proceeds go directly to helping out orangutans in need, which I think is really cool. I'm going to be using a lot of my favorite makeup products that I use on no foundation days. This is a no foundation look, but I will be showing you some real powerhouse green beauty makeup products that do double duty and I love so much. So I'm throwing a bunch of my favorites together, including this shade from Axiology, which is called Bonafide. Bonafide is just such a universally flattering red, but I have 2 other shades to show you as well. So stay tuned for those. I'm going to swatch them for you. I'm going to demo them for you, and I'm going to tell you what I think about the new packaging and the new formula. So without further ado, let's get into this look. I think the key to nailing French girl beauty or minimalist makeup in general is focusing on the right skincare routine for your needs. For me, I'm combination skin. I'm definitely acne prone, but I also have some fine lines coming in along my forehead. So before we jump into the makeup, I want to walk you guys through the skincare routine that I just did to prep my skin and my body and my hair. As always, I started with the 100% pure coffee bean caffeine eye cream. This is the only eye cream that I use. I love it. I also gave myself a nice lymphatic massage to try to get some of the fluid out of the center of my face. I also spritzed my face with the Diane Kane Australia Hydro Boost Mist to make my skin nice and hydrated. I used a tiny bit of the Acure Seriously Soothing Day Cream with argan oil and sunflower amino acids. This brand is really nice and affordable. I've liked a lot of the moisturizers I've tried out from the brand, so they're a good, affordable green beauty option. Living Libations is a Canadian holistic green beauty company. They make some of the purest skincare products that I've come across. Their botanicals are untampered with. They're not treated with heat. I believe a lot of their stuff is cold pressed raw ingredients to try to preserve, the integrity of the ingredients. This is their Sea Buckthorn Best Skin Ever oil. I think this is supposed to be for the face, but I used this all over my legs and body this morning since I'd done some exfoliation. Lastly, on my hair, I used a little bit of the Inner Sense I Create Waves salt spray. This is new for me, but my hairstylist, the holistic hair expert, who I will link to down below, has always recommended this because she knows I like salt sprays. So this is my first time using it, and it definitely created a lot of volume in my hair. I just blow dried it, and yeah, this is what it looks like. I think to create a signature French girl look, you don't want to be too fussy. You don't want to look like you put in too much effort. It's a little almost like I kind of woke up this way. I think being authentic with your makeup and your hair is key to nailing that natural beauty look. You know, you don't want to cover yourself up here. You want to enhance the features you like and maybe downplay some of the things you don't like about yourself. So I didn't do anything much with my hair. I just blow dried it after applying that salt spray. So because I don't want a fussy, overdone makeup look, I'm not going to be using a foundation today. Instead, I'll only be using the Josh Rosebrook Nutrient Day Cream with SPF. I love this stuff. It's one of my favorite face products. It's got that SPF in there and a tint to it. Now the color is supposed to be universal. You can see it's a little bit more on the porcelain pale side. And I'm just gonna dot that all over my face. Whenever you're applying something with SPF, make sure you're really focusing on the parts of your face that stick out. I read a study that when people apply sunscreen, the one spot they always forget is their eyelids. And I just thought that was so funny because I've never in my life felt like I get a lot of sun like in my eye sockets, but it was an interesting perspective. I do have large pores, so I like to make sure that the product really gets in there. Creates more of a uniform canvas look. The other thing to keep in mind is I think tailoring this routine to whatever you need to do or what you like to do or the features that you like about your face. I'm not using foundation today, but I will be using concealer to cover some spots. Of course, if you already have perfect skin, you can skip the concealer step, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that. As always, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the color corrector from 100% Pure, and this is in the shade Peach. I know I always call it apricot. I have no idea why I always call it apricot. It's peach. But I like to use this sparingly in the corners of my eyes. Whoop, whoop. I'm gonna do a little on this sunspot, around the broken capillaries, and just a little bit under the eyes. Now, color correcting is great because it's a sneaky way to counteract any discoloration you may have on your face. So I'm a big fan of it. If I have like a big angry pimple, I might go in and use a green color corrector just over top of the pimple. And then that makes any further makeup that you have to put on after, so easy. You only need a little light layer of a concealer or foundation after you've used a color corrector. It does the hard work for you. I just realized I'm not wearing my wedding ring. Hopefully my husband doesn't watch this. All right, I'm back and I have my wedding ring on now. All right, where was I? Concealer. All right, I want a nice natural concealer, one that just looks like my skin. My favorite right now is the Ilia True Skin Serum Concealer. I'm in the shade Suma SC 1.5. And again, you want to keep this light. Look at that. Just the most minimal little bit. I'm actually going to go in with the second concealer after this. I'm using the cream one under my eyes and up here at the bridge of my nose and up between my eyebrows because it's slightly lighter than my natural skin tone. So this will make my bridge look more prominent. I have a really soft bridge, so I like to bring that forward a little bit of an optical illusion. And then we'll just tap that in to the under eye area. I love all these makeup products that are coming out that are really more like skincare. I love a makeup skincare hybrid because I'm a bit of a skincare junkie. My skincare is really important to me because my skin is super sensitive and finicky and acne prone and anything can set it off. So I like when makeup products have more gentle, clean, less toxic ingredients in them. So this is one that I'm really liking. The other concealer that I'm going to use, now this one's a little more heavy duty. This is the Hint Duet Cream Concealer. You guys have seen me use this a few times on no foundation days. This stuff has great coverage. This is the shade medium, yeah. Okay, so I'm going in where I need a little more coverage, areas that I'm insecure about, like these acne spots I'm getting all along the side of my jawline right now. I'm not sure if this is seasonal or if I was wearing a large pair of earrings that irritated my throat. I don't know what's going on, but it's gonna hide that a bit. And I've mentioned this before, but what's nice about putting a concealer here on your jawline is it again creates that optical illusion of bringing parts of your bone structure forward. So in this case, it kind of makes it look like my jawline is a little more cut than it actually is. So I always like to do that a little bit. Got some pimples over here. Jeez Louise, man. Got a pimple here. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, I'm acne prone, so they just pop up wherever and whenever they want. I'm not trying to get a flawless look here, and I want to emphasize that. I'm fine with the fact that like you can visibly see the bumps of the pimples on my face. Like, you know, I'm not trying to be perfect with this look. I want to minimize those a bit so that you can focus on other things. So because my skin is combination, I'm gonna have to set these cream products a bit, and I'm going to use the RMS Translucent Setting Powder. It's the Unpowder, I think is what this product is called. This is my second container of it. I love this stuff. It's only made with a single ingredient, and that is silica. So I want to apply this sparingly. I don't want to look super powdery, so I'm just gonna focus on the oiliest parts of my face, as well as anywhere I've put concealer. You just want to add a little powder on top so that those products don't budge. You guys have heard me say this before, but I will say it again. If you have oily skin, don't be afraid of putting your setting powder up into the baby hairs on your face. This means it's less likely you'll have to touch up later. All right, we are done with the skin. You know, if you're ever traveling and you're in a pinch and you use a dry shampoo and you forgot to bring it, if you have your setting powder with you, you can use your setting powder in your hair, especially like ones like the RMS Beauty, because it's just silica, so it's safe to use in your hair for volumizing. Look at that. Nice and voluminous mane. I'm gonna do my brows very quickly. Again, I don't want to be fussy. I don't want anything that looks too precise. No Instagram eyebrows today. And I'm gonna be going in with the Green Tea Fiber Brow Builder, I believe a medium brown by 100% Pure. And I'm gonna be super strategic about this and only apply it in the bald spots. And I'm gonna try to fix this little bald patch that I have on the inside of this brow. This product is so magical. Do you see how it just automatically made it look like I have brow hairs there? I love this product. And what's nice is it just looks like it's adding more brow hairs to your eyebrows. It doesn't look like a super obvious makeup product was used. That's what I really like about it. It's so natural. I might even brush my brows a little in today, so I don't want my brows to be too in your face. That's amazing. That took me 8 seconds. I love this product. It's seriously so good. I can't decide if I want to use a cream product or if I want to use a powder product on my cheeks. These would both be great for natural makeup days. This is, what is this guy called? Nudists Multi-Use Cream Stick by Well People. This applies beautifully on bare skin. If you just moisturize, you just put a few dots and work it in with your fingers. And then this shade is Peach by 100% Pure. It's one of their fruit pigmented blushes. I showed you guys this, I think, in the last video. Love, love, love this shade. And it's gonna pair really nicely with one of the lipsticks that I'm gonna be trying from Axiology. French women don't seem to do really intense blushes. So I'm gonna be very light. I'm also gonna set the cream blush aside for now because I know it's not gonna be able to blend with that powder that I just used. I wanna make sure that the blush doesn't go on too intense or too saturated, so I'm just gonna use this powder brush from Fenty Beauty, and I'm just barely touching the product. Okay. I have to restrain myself because I usually apply a lot of blush. Yeah, you just want to bring a little life to your cheeks without looking too obvious. This next step is totally optional, but I want to add a little bit of natural sun-kissed bronzer to my face. I'm going to be going in with the RMS Luminizing powder in Madeira bronzer. I told you guys before how much I love this bronzer because it's just so natural. It has a little bit of red, like kind of like a, put this like a terracotta red in it, which I think is the key to making your bronzer look like you are actually out in the sun. I'm gonna do just a little bit. Now, I'm not a French woman myself, but it seems to me that French women always look like they've just been, you know, spending the day out, strolling around in nature, going to farmers markets and beautiful botanical gardens, picking up baguette at the local bakery. What I'm getting at is they always seem to be outside. Therefore, I think having a little bit of a hint of life to your skin, a little bit of a suntan look, to me helps capture that look. If you don't agree, you can skip this step. Also, I just love an excuse to use this bronzer because I feel like it brings my face to life. It makes me feel like I haven't been stuck inside throughout the Canadian winter, now under quarantine, unable to leave my house. It makes me feel like maybe, just maybe, I can convince myself that I was strolling around, you know, at a beautiful farmer's market, or maybe that I went to a beach somewhere. A little bit of a therapy session with you guys today. Now, I want to get into testing out these Axiology lipsticks, and I'm so excited to do this. So listen guys, I've been a fan of Axiology for years. Here are all of the lip products that I've already purchased from them that are in my collection. I have 3 of their lipsticks and then 1 of their lip crayons. This is in the shade Bliss. I wore this all the time last summer. This is beautiful summery lip product. I've been a fan of Axiology for a long time. When I first started switching to green cruelty-free beauty, there was something about this brand that just stood out to me. They work with foundations. They also work to minimize waste by repurposing it both in the paper packaging, like the boxes that these tubes come in, and within the tubes themselves. So this is the old design and this is the new design. So for those of you who have bought Axiology lipsticks in the past, that really satisfying clicking like pop-up design that they use in their first tubes has been deprecated, and they have improved the design with these new tubes that use a more traditional bullet casing for the lipsticks. Now, I think that is a smart move on their part because yes, I loved these applicators. They were super fun to use, but sometimes the springs got stuck in them. So then like they'd be stuck sticking out. So I think the improvement on the design was the right step for them. So not only will this new design help keep the lipsticks intact and make them a little more travel friendly, but they also continued using recycled materials. Each of them have this little sticker on the outside that says, I'm made from recycled stuff. So I'm super excited to try out these new ones. One of the shades, Bonafide, I actually already have in my collection. Bonafide is one of my favorite green beauty lipsticks. This one I wore all the time. It's a really beautiful pink red. So I will compare these side by side just to see if the formula is any different, and I'll let you guys know what I think. Okay, so I know that to finish my French girl look, I want to use Bonafide. So I'm gonna save that for last, but I also have Intrinsic and Attitude. Now, I want to show you Intrinsic. This is such a pretty color. Look at that. Do you see that? Oh. This is supposed to go on really sheer, and I am going to swatch all of these for you guys. So this is Intrinsic on. You can see that it's very transparent. It's almost like a beautiful pale pinky lilac frosty pink with a little bit of iridescent lilac or maybe baby blue undertones to it. That was super easy to put on. It would also go well with a nude lipstick in case you want your lips to look a little more juicy. This is a beautiful color, and it feels so nourishing on my lips. I actually feel like I might be wearing a lip mask. This feels really good. If you have dry lips, this formula will totally be your jam. I've also swatched Intrinsic on my hand right here, though I don't know if you guys will be able to see it on camera, because it is very pale. It's more of like a shimmery, iridescent, translucent wash of pale pink. The next shade that I'm going to try is Attitude. This looks like more of a hibiscus purple. It has more of those cool undertones to it too. It looks a tiny bit iridescent in person. Let's try this bad boy out. All right, so that is Attitude. That looks a lot more flattering on my face than I thought it would. I normally can't pull off lipsticks with a purple undertone because I kind of have some natural yellowness to my skin that kind of gets more prominent if I wear purples, but this looks really nice. This actually has a lot more of a red undertone to it, which might be why it looks really good on me. Was not expecting that. That was a sneak attack. Good suggestion, Axiology. I don't think I would have picked this for myself, but I actually really enjoy that. It's kind of sultry. It's different from what I usually wear, but I do like it. As far as texture, this feels like more of a cream. So Intrinsic, that nice transparent one, felt more glossy and hydrating. This feels like it's hard to describe. It's very comfortable, but it almost feels like I've put like a face cream lipstick hybrid on my lips. It's really plush. It just feels really nice. I don't know exactly how to describe it. I haven't worn a lipstick with a formula quite like this before. This feels so nice. I almost don't want to wipe it off, but I have to show you Bonafide, so I will be right back. It is time for the grand finale. I want to show you guys one of my favorite shades ever. I love Bonafide. This is such a healthy, universally flattering coral pink undertoned red. It's so versatile. I'm hoping it wears as nice as my original Bonafide, but let's swatch it real quick and see what it looks like on. Yes. It is so good. I can't even tell you guys. This feels so nice on my lips. It feels just a tiny bit more waxy formula-wise than Attitude, but it still feels so comfortable, especially for something this pigmented. It's crazy. And look how saturated that color is. I think you can see why I love Bonafide so much. It just immediately brings your face to life. And I think that's the secret of French girl makeup, is they always seem to have the perfect red. And that's why I wanted to finish with this lipstick for my French girl inspired makeup look, because I just think this color encapsulates it. If you want that perfect red, but you want it cruelty-free, vegan, non-toxic as it should be, because anything you put on your mouth, you swallow and you ingest. And if that grosses you out, then you should look into cleaner lipstick products like this. I'm not sure if I'm imagining it, but I feel like the formula is a tiny bit different than my original Bonafide. It feels more like it's staying in place. I'm not quite sure how to describe it, but I love it. 10 out of 10. Would recommend to anyone. Also, let me swatch that for you guys right next to the other guys. So at the very end, we have Bonafide. You can see it has more of that red pink coral undertone. In the middle, with the berry undertones, a little more on the cool side, we have Attitude. And then at the very end, if I can catch it in the light and show you guys, there we go. You'll be able to see Intrinsic, which is that iridescent frosted pale pink that was super hydrating and nourishing. It felt like a lip mask. I think any three of these you can't go wrong with. Obviously, I still love Bonafide. This has gotta be one of my favorite shades in the green beauty brand community, period. It's so hard to describe, but it's so flattering on my skin tone, because I'm neutral right in the middle. I'm not super cool and I'm not super warm. So this red that just walks the line between warm and cool, I feel like it would look good on so many people, because it manages to somehow have that weird warm cool hybrid. And I don't know how they do it, but it's magical. The very last step in my French girl makeup routine will be a tiny bit of mascara. I'm going to use the Maracuja Oil Mascara from 100% Pure. If you've been into green beauty for a while, you've probably seen this mascara. I used to be a really big fan of the Fruit Pigmented, it was like black tea mascara from 100% Pure. But when I switched to vegan only makeup, I thought I would give this one a try. And be honest with you guys, the formula between their two mascaras is very different. The Maracuja Oil Mascara is very natural. So if you like just tinting the ends of your eyelashes, this is a great mascara. But if you want full volume and drama, this isn't the formula for you. That's why I don't reach for this one super often, because I already have pretty long eyelashes. So I don't need to add a lot to them to kind of create a natural flutter. But on days where I want a little bit more drama on my eyes, but I don't want it to be too obvious or too attention stealing, I will use this mascara. You want to let it dry down between coats. It doesn't build well when it's wet. So I will use this mascara maybe if I'm going to the office. I have a client meeting and I have to be on video with them, but I don't want to look too done up. I'll wear this mascara. If I'm say going to my husband's parents' house and we're just rushing out the door, I might do a lipstick, a little concealer, brows, and this mascara. And that's it. Just make sure look a little more polished without being too obvious. And I feel like that's at the heart of French girl makeup, except their lipsticks. They go all out with the lipsticks. French women, know their lipsticks. I will give them that. So this is the finished French girl inspired clean vegan makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed following along with me today. For even more on ethical luxury, make sure you tap the subscribe button or head over to my website. You can peruse at your leisure. I cover green, cruelty-free makeup, botanical-focused skincare, as well as sustainable, ethical, vegan fashion. I'll pop the link in the description box in case any of that sounds good to you guys, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.